Welcome to Real Estate Grad School. We coach experienced real estate agents to create and build the habits and systems that rapidly increase your income, build your team, and allow you a much greater peace of mind. I'm Rich Levin. I've been coaching experienced real estate agents for over 20 years to exceptional success. Come and learn. I'm going to show you today how to take the first steps to finding ways of lead generation, generating leads consistently. And that doesn't mean just prospecting. It could mean marketing, a lot of things. We're going to go over a lot of things. And I promise you, you will find some things that you will feel comfortable doing. So here we go. As a review from yesterday, remind yourself of that important thing that your success in real estate will do for you. What you will buy, where you will go, where you'll travel, what you'll donate to, who you'll support, whatever it is. No one is successful in real estate without having some kind of a reason behind it. Not to be wildly successful, just to whatever level of success you want. So you need to remind yourself of why it's important to you to be successful in real estate. It's a specific reason. And then remind yourself of your weekly appointment goal and where you stand for the week. I'm recording this on a Wednesday. So do you have the appointments for a week? If you don't, do you know where they could come from? And if you have no idea, say, Rich, it's a useless exercise for me because I never know where my appointments are going to come from. Then you definitely want to keep asking yourself that question. How many do I need? Where can it come from? I need one appointment. Where can it come from? I promise you that after a while of doing that every day, you will start to realize you have a lot more control over that than you are giving yourself credit for. And one more thing to remind yourself of your sales volume goal for the month. So today's, I think, maybe the 15th of the month, 13th of the month, 13th of September when I'm recording this. What is your sales goal? What amount of business do you want to put under contract in the month of September? If you don't have that set that goal. And if you want to set it with me, call me, we'll set that up. I never mind taking time and giving you my time, donating my time to you for you to get those goals established. All right, now that leads us to the last thing, which is do that daily. Remind yourself of what's important to you. Remind yourself of your appointments. Remind yourself of your appointments. Remind yourself of your sales dollar volume goal. And that will lead you to naturally, organically be motivated to generate leads. So let's talk about generating leads. We talked about these categories of lead generation. And now we're going to break them down one by one. Let's start with the first one, prospecting, direct prospecting. I'm going to go through this in detail in just a moment. But just before I do, I want to point out two things and say something else to you. I put follow-up calls in black here because follow-up calls need to be done with any kind of lead generation. So you'll see that showing up a lot, and we'll keep elaborating on it more and more. This is direct prospecting. And I'm directing you to, first of all, what it is, phone or doors, and follow-up. And I want you, as we go through these, to choose and write down the ones that you absolutely will do and ones that maybe you'll do, and ignore the ones that you won't do. Again, I'm going to go over these individually in just a moment. First, I'm going to say choose and write down what you will do. But what does that mean that you will do it? When I say choose what you will do, choose those that you will do. It means that you will do it consistently every week. You may choose to do it more than once a week. You may choose to do it on Mondays and Wednesdays, or you may choose to do it every weekday. You may choose to do it more than once a week, but at least once a week, you're going to do this method of lead generation. It means that you will consistently show up at the same place, at your desk, at home, at your desk, at the office, wherever you'll show up, on the days you choose to show up, at the times you used to show up, or the time you chose to show up, and you will make this habit a permanent part of your business. Now, if you say, I can't do that, I'm not that consistent, then plan on enjoying your mediocrity for a lifetime. but you're wrong. You can do it. You just have to choose to. You have to want it enough. You have to get back to that reason why you want to be more successful in real estate and feel good about it, feel stable. And you get all of that when you build this very simple habit. And you don't have to show up for a long time. You just got to show up. As a matter of fact, that's the whole idea of lead follow-up comes in. Remember I said I put lead follow-up in black on this slide? Because if all you do every day is just show up and review the leads that you need to call and organize those and make sure you're staying on top of those, many of you will absolutely transfer, you'll add 50% or double your business. So this habit of just showing up and then figuring out, okay, this is my lead generation time. What am I going to do? Let's start with lead follow-up. Just showing up to do that has an amazing effect on your success. So let's get into the details of direct prospecting, phones or doors, and following up. So you're going to choose and write down anything you will do, like you will do it, and things you maybe will do. If you're not going to do it, don't write it down. So sphere calls, it's sphere and past client calls. So this means that you literally are on the phone calling the people you've sold houses to before and the people you know, just to make a friendly connection call, ask how they're doing and what they're doing, and hopefully they know you're in real estate. If not, you inform them of that. If they don't know that you're in real estate, let them know you need to be marketing. We'll get to that probably tomorrow. But if calling just to touch base. Now, if you're not going to do that, ignore it. We'll go to the next one. If you will do that, then write it down. A will do. Sphere. Will call sphere. We'll start today. Call one a day. Or if maybe you'll do it, maybe not. Put that on sort of a maybe list. Pop buys. Past client pop buys. Of course, Kelly is gained great. Kelly and Ray, her daughter, they team together, have great success with this. This means you pop by, you just stop by your past clients' houses, give them a quick call saying, I'm in the neighborhood, I'm going to pop by, I've got something for you. Pop by. If they're not home, leave it at their door. Pop by and just say hello, chat for a few minutes. Don't even sit down. Don't plan to stay long. Give them your gift and just catch up with them. Now, some people say ask for referrals. I don't think you should ask for referrals every time you meet with people. Do it as you're comfortable with it. People know what they can do for you. They'll learn that quickly. Property need calls and doors. You have a buyer who needs a property and they can't find it. You can't find it for them. So you literally are going to either knock on the doors or make the calls in the neighborhood in the types of houses that they're looking for. That's direct prospecting. Now, we may go through this whole list and there's nothing you want to do. That's fine. Because remember, there's 8 categories of things to do. Even more than that, because there's things within each category. Like we're just talking about the details in direct prospecting. There's an unlimited, there's 30, 40, 50 things, ways of generating leads. So even if we get through this whole list and there's nothing you're interested in, doesn't matter. There's lots of other ways to generate leads. Circle prospecting, calls and doors. You just took a listing, or you just had a sale, or there's a listing or a sale in a neighborhood where you'd like to do business. Somebody else is listing, another agent's listing, another agent's sale, and you call or knock on the doors around that listing or around that sale just to say to people, hi, introduce yourself and say, the house just came on the market and I'm just calling the people in the neighborhood to see if you wanted any information about it. Or, somebody who may be interested in it. Yes, you're not the listing agent. Yes, you are not the listing agent. It's best if you are, but if you're not, you're still an agent with access to that property. And I don't think there's any rule against doing that. I don't think there's anything wrong with doing that. You're helping out the listing agent. Well, the listing agent would, if the listing agent wants to do that, if you make a call and they say, I've already got a call like this, then don't call that around that listing or that sale anymore, but I'll be shocked if that happens to you. FSBO calls, calling people who are selling houses themselves. There's a whole practice, there's a whole, procedure for a best practice for sale by owner calls and eventually getting the listing, but that is direct prospecting. not direct mail prospecting, just directly being in contact with people, phones or doors, expired calls or doors. I've got a very successful client, very, very successful, who built her business and taught her agents to build their businesses on expired doors. They drop by the expired house with information about, drop by the expired neighbors with information about the house and just chat, and would generate listing leads and buyer leads from those expired calls or doors. There's driving around. I wouldn't even tell you this except one of my agents does this. She drives through neighborhoods, summer and winter, and looks for people cutting their grass, raking their lawn, washing their driveway, shoveling snow, whatever it is. And she just opens her window and she has to say, hey, if I can ask you a question, or she pops out of her car and says, I sell real estate and I want to know if anybody in the neighborhood may be thinking of selling. And she finds sellers. It's amazing. She finds sellers. People saying, yeah, we've been thinking about it. So I'll throw that in there just because I have one client doing that very well. And as I said, we're always going to include the topic of follow-up calls. I meant to put that in black. That no matter how you generate the lead, it's useless to generate the lead if you're not going to follow up on it. If they don't answer the phone, you'll follow up. If they answer the phone and they're not completely like, don't ever call me again. If they're open at all, you follow up and you follow up and you follow up and you follow up. You may call them in a month, you may call them in a year, you may call them the next day. How you follow up with them depends on the conversation that you have with them. But follow-up calls, and you throw out a lot of them that just are not worth much, particularly as you start generating more and more leads. So that's direct prospecting. Tomorrow, we'll start talking about offline marketing as the next lead generation method, and we'll go through those tomorrow. Just click on the link below. I'd look forward to speaking with you.